Hey Lego fans, thanks for tuning into my channel. Let's talk about Lego. My name is Andy and I hope you're all doing well today. Well, I don't have a lot to talk about as far as Lego goes today, but I do have another update for you as far as the new Lego room is concerned. We'll get to that here in a little bit, but I have been busy here tearing down this platform. As you can see, I took all of the, well, not all of it, but most of the ground line track has been removed on both sides here. And I took all the road plates off up to this bridge point right here. Still got the ground line there to remove. This kind of sucks because, you like Lego because you like to build, which is why I like it. And tearing it down kind of sucks, So it's not the greatest feeling in the world, but it's allowing for tearing it down is allowing for better things. So that's the motivation. So the motivation is when I get to the new setup, the new Lego room, I'll be able to build and build better. So that's kind of the motivation behind it. I've got some stuff packed up already, like I think that's my ground track, and then my elevated track, and then all my elevated track supports are up there. And there's some regular train track there that's not ballasted or Mills plated. Over here I've got some road plates. I tried to wrap it in plastic, that plastic wrap stuff, but it didn't work out too well. As you can see, I didn't get it wrapped, but there's some trees and some bike lane barriers and some lights and stuff that I had over here. Yeah, so it shouldn't take too much longer to completely tear down this part of the platform. Although I don't know what I'm going to do with my buildings. I don't know. This plastic wrap idea might be out the window because when I was trying to wrap those road plates, it seems like a nightmare. So I don't know about using the plastic wrap. I might just take each building and set it on a seat, like on the back seat of my car or whatever, separately, and hope that it stays in one piece as it goes down, on the ride. We shall see, but that's kind of what I'm thinking right now because I don't really want to wrap it in plastic wrap, and I don't know that it would do any good anyway. And putting it in a box is probably out of the question because it would get destroyed for sure. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And like I said, I'll probably save the buildings for last anyway. I still got a lot of infrastructure here to remove. A lot of train track, upper train track, lower train track. A lot of trees to take down, and just man, like I said, I'm just not looking forward to it. Like transporting all those brick heads. How am I going to transport all those brick heads without them falling apart, or getting pieces falling off and stuff? It's a nightmare. Okay, maybe it's not a nightmare, but it's not exactly the world's most fun job. But nevertheless, it has to be done. I plan on putting up a lot of shelves, a lot of display shelves in the new room as well. I don't know if I'm going to use these same shelves as I have up here because they're kind of expensive. I'll probably just buy some one by tens or 1 by 12 pieces of wood, plain wood, and use those for shelves because it'd be a lot cheaper than buying the shelves that are specifically made for shelves. And you could always paint them too. So we'll see what happens with that as well. Got our shelves here stocked up. That's another thing. I don't know, unless I store them under the platform, I don't know where I'm going to put all my backup new Lego stuff because I'm not going to have any room for shelves like this in the room, I don't think. In fact, I'm barely going to have enough room for my parts drawers. This room is not as roomy as I would like it to be, unfortunately. But I mean, it's spacious in terms of we have plenty of platform space, but in terms of other room for shelves and stuff, it's not. Well, wall shelves. There's plenty of room for wall shelves like those, but not for shelves like these that I can put my backup Lego on. So we'll see. But it's probably going to end up going underneath one of the platforms, and that's probably the best place for it because, you know, you got all that space underneath, might as well utilize it, right? So I do apologize for not getting a video out sooner, and I also apologize for not having any Lego to interact with today. And I know it's the Lego channel, and you guys are probably getting tired of me rambling on about tearing down and moving and all that stuff. But you're just gonna have to bear with me for a little while longer until I get this room done. Then we can start moving Lego. Once we start moving Lego, then we can start building things again and interacting more with Lego itself instead of talking about the new room and talking about moving and stuff, because we've been doing that for what, 3 months now almost. So yeah, just bear with me a little bit longer. We'll get this move, this transition done. Then we can start talking about mocks again and building sets and all that good stuff. So there you go. So what we'll do now is we'll go out to the new room. We'll take a look at what it's looking like right now, which is coming even closer to being done. And then we'll go from there. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Stay tuned for a Lego room update right after this. And welcome back to the Future Lego Room job site. Let's take a look inside, guys. And excuse the mess, because it is quite messy in here, but check it out. Look at the walls. They're painted, and they're painted blue. Kind of a darker sky blue, I guess you could call it. I went to Walmart to get my paint, and they didn't have a whole lot of variety as far as like a bluish. They had a really light blue that came in a pre-mixed can, but it was like almost white, and I figured, what's the point of that? I might as well just paint it white, you know? So I found this color that had to be mixed. So what do you guys think? Do you think it looks good? I think it looks decent. I just got done painting the ceiling, well, part of the ceiling. Part of it in the middle still needs painted. I ran out of paint. I thought it would only take a gallon, but it took a gallon just to paint what I painted. So I kind of started towards the edges and moved my way towards the middle, and then I got to the middle and ran out of paint. So, and then I had to do a little touch up on the blue paint because some of the white paint splattered from the ceiling onto the wall. So I had to do that. So you can see some lighter spots there. That's where I just touched up the blue paint for the white paint splatter. So what do you think overall? Think it's looking good? I even painted the down here, the concrete, the bottom plate and the concrete that still shows on every wall except for this one. Of course, the very bottom will get some trim, so you won't see that where it's not painted at, obviously. And then we'll put wood trim, like I said, around the window. And we'll put wood trim around the door, put wood trim around the air conditioner. And yeah, so I painted that. And we're getting close. We're getting ever so closer to getting this thing done. Because basically, all that needs to be done still is finish painting the ceiling. And I got to put the lighting in, which I did order the lighting, so that's on the way. Got 10 4-foot LED bar lights, or wraparound lights as they call them, and they're really bright, so 10 of them should really lighten up this room. And that'll make the paint look a little bit lighter too, I think, once we get a lot of light in here. So, finish painting the ceiling. Hopefully I can install the lighting this weekend with my brother's help. I'm thinking we might, if he's available, we might be able to do that. And then it'll be so much brighter in here. Then I can start cleaning up all the rest of this crap in here. Well, most of it's gonna have to move, because for flooring, I don't know what to do with all this extra drywall. Of course, it's been on the floor being walked all over. It's probably junk by now. So probably just end up throwing it away. It was mostly just pieces and bad pieces and small pieces and cut-offs and stuff like that anyway. So But yeah, so it's coming along. I'm pretty excited because once we get the rest of the ceiling painted and get the lighting in here, then of course the trim, that can be done at any time, but it's ready for flooring, dude. It's ready for carpeting, which is awesome. So it won't look like a job site anymore. It won't look like an old messy job site. It'll look like a nice clean Lego room. Of course, then I got to build platforms too, which reminds me, I actually thought about doing something a little different than I had talked about before. Before I talked about putting my desk in this corner, my build desk, then putting my parts drawers on this wall. But I kind of had a change of thought with maybe putting my parts drawers along this wall and sacrificing a little bit of the 20-inch platform space on this wall. And then over here, instead of, because we'll have room over here, building a little diorama table, which I wanted to do anyway, like maybe 30 by 40 inches or something, 3 by 4 base plates to put my winter village on, and then any other dioramas I might want to build in the future. And then, of course, you still have some room left over, so I could still put drawers on the other side of it, and then drawers over here, you know, depending on, I mean, I hate to split the drawers up, but I don't know. We'll figure it out once we get this, once I get the carpet in here and, you know, start laying out my platforms, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I definitely want to have a diorama table, and but still have room for my parts drawers. So we'll see what happens. You can leave me your inputs in the comments if you want. You know, comments, complaints, whatever else you might have. You know where to put it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for taking me along. I do appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel. We're trying to get to 1,500 subscribers and beyond. We got a Lego giveaway when we get to 1,500, so keep that in mind. Until next time, please take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day or night, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.